Hey everyone, Chef Jason Hill here, and I'm really excited to try another recipe in my Sous Vide Supreme water bath oven. Today we're going to make a classic Cordon Bleu, so let's get started. Before we get started, just like anything, you're going to want to preheat your oven, and we are going to set the water to temperature to 146 degrees Fahrenheit, and that will beep and let us know when it reaches that temperature. Okay, next I'm just going to use 2 chicken breast halves today. You can use 4 up to 8. And I have them skin side up. They've been thawed and patted dry. And I like to cover these in plastic wrap to avoid the splatter. You're gonna want to pound these out till about 1/4 inch thick or when they double in size. And you can see here this one's almost doubled in size to the one next to it. Try and get it as flat and even as possible. That way you'll have even cooking. Okay, after you've smashed your chicken, I cover the top layer off. I'm gonna get a little seasoning on there, just some salt and pepper, a little bit of salt from the heavens. And what I've found with this sous vide cooking method is you don't need a whole lot of salt and seasoning because everything's vacuum sealed and the flavor gets really intense. Fresh cracked pepper, a little bit on each one. And turn them over. Same thing on each side. Okay, so I've got the breast skin side down, and normally this calls for ham, but I'm going to use an Italian prosciutto for our Cordon Bleu. And this is just a really thin, aged ham. I'm going to do 2 thin pieces per chicken breast. And when you're working with prosciutto, you want to keep it chilled so it doesn't get too pliable and break apart on you. It's pretty delicate stuff, very tasty. Okay, for the cheese, I'm going to use a traditional Gruyere, or you can even use a nice Irish cheddar. Would go really good in a Cordon Bleu. Just going to do about 3 little sticks of cheese. Okay, roll it up, make sure the ham's tucked in there, or the prosciutto. Rolling, 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 get those chickens rolling. There. Okay, so if you don't have a sous vide oven, at this point you could take these and brown them in a pan for a few minutes on each side and then put them in a traditional oven for your traditional Cordon Bleu. Now they're going to go into the vacuum sealed bag, and we've peeled back about 2 inches of the top portion of the bag because that's the part that's going to need to be sealed and we don't want to get any food product on there. So I just take each one, set the first one down to the bottom, and then we'll take the next guy and put it in, space it apart a couple inches. And what we do is we unfold the edge of the bag, take it, set it up underneath the little vacuum tabs. Leave that flat on the counter as possible, as much as possible. And we have it plugged in. We have it set to normal and dry food because there's no marinade in there. It's considered dry. And we're going to collapse this down and seal it up. See how that air is getting pulled out of that bag? How cool is this? And once that locks into place, you can see it really sucked it in, and then that's when you hit seal only, because you're trying to avoid these juices from coming up into the sealer. Let's see what we have. Awesome. Okay, there's our seasoned chicken Cordon Bleu, ready for the water bath. Okay, I went ahead and did 2 more pieces that I have in the water. The water is set at 146 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's going to maintain that temperature the whole time these are in here. So you want to get those completely submerged, best you can. And we're just going to put the lid on, walk away. The chicken is going to sit at a perfect 146 degrees the whole time it's being cooked. And it says you can cook it from 2 to 6 hours. I'm kind of a mid-range person, so I'm going to go 4. So the next 4 hours, that's going to give me plenty of time to get some chores done around the house. I got a lot of work done in those 4 hours. Now the chicken's ready. Let's go ahead and take it out. Okay, being careful not to burn myself. It doesn't get too hot, but luckily they have the handles here. Just gonna remove the lid. As you can see, they are completely cooked. I'm just gonna transfer these into a bowl. I'm just gonna cut open each bag, peel it apart, bring out each piece of the Cordon Bleu. And like I said earlier, this is kind of the opposite. Normally you would brown these and then cook them in the oven, but we cook these in the water oven and then we're going to brown. Okay, I've had my pan preheating on low. I'm gonna bring it up to a medium. I'm just gonna drizzle the last little bit of olive oil I have on hand in there. This helps the butter not to brown as fast. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter. Oh, room temperature. Okay, let's be that way. All right, let's add the chicken. I usually go skin side up first. I'm gonna get this nice and brown. I can fit all 4 in here. And don't be afraid, these are gonna go for maybe even a total of 5 to 8 minutes. Let's check it. Brown enough? Okay. That's one side. And there's the other. We don't really care too much about brown on the bottom because that's not gonna be shown on our plate. Okay, let's go ahead and remove. And we have a little bit of the rosemary we still need to add. After this melts down, I just kill the heat. Wow, I can smell the cheese. Woo. I'm gonna put a nice little bed of the orzo pasta. I'm gonna go down the center here. And then we'll just lay our chicken Cordon Bleu on the nest right there. Finally, add some of our rosemary brown butter. Just a little bit on top. Okay, let's try it. First the cheese, then the prosciutto, and then the tender chicken. What a great recipe. Turned out perfect in that sous vide. Fantabulous. Thanks for tuning in. For more simple and delicious recipes, click on these links. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.